everybody, welcome to the MaffmanJones movie channel. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today's featured movie is the Book of Job. No. The Book of Ezekiel. No, wait. The Book of Nora. No. The Book of Kevin. No, that's Leftovers. This is the Book of Henry. It's directed by Colin Trevorrow, who directed Jurassic World, Season Not Guaranteed, and the upcoming Star Wars Episode 9. Big deal. Big Hollywood director, directing a little small indie flick. It stars Naomi Watts, Jaden Laberher, I think I got that right, the really cute Jacob Tremblay, Dean Norris, and Sarah Silverman, among others. The story is concerned with Jaden's character, Henry, who's 11 going on 12. He's a really gifted young kid, and he basically runs the house. He does all the taxes, the bills, the mortgage. He's really smart. Naomi Watts is a mom, but she works at a diner with Sarah Silverman, and she just has a handle of being a mother, but not really doing all the financial stuff because she leans on him, basically. And Henry starts spying on his neighbor, played by Dean Norris, who has a young daughter, and there's little rumblings and hints of abuse there, child abuse. And when he thinks it's going too far, he thinks something has to be done. And that's all I'm going to say about the plot of Book of Henry. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this film, not only because people majorly find it to be a bad film, but the director behind the helm, Colin Trevorrow, is directing the last concluding chapter of the new trilogy of Star Wars, and people are worried that he's going to screw it up. I'm here to give my elaborate opinion here, and I'm here to say that I'm still really not worried. Colin Trevorrow is a very talented director, and I think he isn't the problem in this movie. I think a lot of the problem is in the screenplay. There's only so much you could do with the screenplay to make the harsh clashing of tones feel natural in transition, but I mean, based on the dialogue and the way it's driven, you kind of have no choice unless you made changes. But Book of Henry, in my opinion, the first half of the film is beautiful. I really enjoyed the way it's being told. The acting all around throughout the entire movie is great. This Jaden kid, he was in Midnight Special. He's in this movie. He's going to be in It. He also plays Peter Quill as a kid in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. Really great child actor. And I think he brings a lot here, and I bought into his character being this gifted kid who is doing all these things for his family and keeping basically the family afloat with his knowledge and his smarts. Jacob Tremblay brings a lot of the emotion here, and he's so adorable. But it sucks to see him sad, and they really take advantage of that in this movie. Naomi Watts is great. Dean Norris is weird, but I wouldn't blame it on him. I blame that on the screenplay and the direction of his character. Just the way they portray him and the way they let him act in this movie. It starts off fine, but then it gets a little strange. But the movie is strange in itself. I really like Sarah Silverman in this movie, and when something crucial transpires in the film, it was impactful. I felt it. And then there's things that happen in the second half of the movie that I couldn't quite buy. It was like a beautiful mess. A really hot, beautiful mess. Because there were things that I admired about the second half of this movie and the direction that it took. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of see where it's going here. At first I was like, what? But I kind of like eased into it a little bit. But then the way they execute what happens in the second half and the last act of this movie didn't exactly work that well. There's one moment of dialogue, one line of dialogue, that's going to make it or break it for most audiences. And it's a moment that I didn't buy into at first, but because I love film so much, I just went with it. But I can see for a casual viewer just watching a random movie, Book of Henry, sure. The moment it gets to this particular moment, it ends up being a laughably insufferable experience for a lot of people, but at the same time, it's admirable. I don't think there's ever been a movie that I've seen in my life before that does what this movie does, and in a way, that's awesome. But in another way, because the execution kind of falls flat in certain aspects, it's not exactly the greatest. But I still think the first half of this movie is something really engaging and enjoyable. The biggest problem with this movie, maybe not particularly for me because I eased into it eventually, because I gave it the benefit of the doubt, but the biggest problem is that tone shift, that moment, which is a moment that I can't not talk about because it's such a big part of the movie. And it's going to be one of those moments that either you're going to go with it or you're totally going to you're just going to laugh at it and you disregard the rest of the movie. The Book of Henry, in my opinion, it's not a bad movie. It's not the movie that people are making out to be like it's this horrible, laughable, insufferable mess. It does have aspects and moments that are strange and confusing. But as an overall product, it's not bad. It's, in my opinion, risky. It's bold. It's admirable. The execution isn't always the best and the greatest, but it's an original film, and it's an original film that I would like to revisit again, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I just think that second half, it does make some really weird decisions that not everybody's gonna like, and it might ruin the entire film for a lot of people. But for me, it was fun seeing where the roller coaster went, and I thought Colin Trevorrow directed the best he could, and everybody did the best they could with the material they were given. But that screenplay does really have some really ridiculous things going on in the film that are hard to avoid. If you have interest in this movie, I would say go check it out so you can form an opinion of your own. But in my opinion, The Book of Henry has its flaws. The second half of the movie makes really weird, questionable decisions, but I still liked aspects of it, and I really can't wait to watch it again to see how I feel knowing everything I know from a fresh pair of eyes, now not being so innocent anymore. And The Book of Henry, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's a full-course Applebee's meal, not a bad movie, and I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm like, I understand where critics are coming from, and where people are coming from, but I don't think it deserves all the really pure hatred that it's getting. It's not that bad of a movie. I can see what people are talking about, but I don't know. It's just one of those. It's one of those. Now I want to know from you guys, what do you think of this Book of Henry motion picture? Let me know in the comments down below. Without getting into spoilers, let's have a discussion about what this movie is doing to audiences and how you reacted to it. If you enjoyed my review, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss a review ever again, and check out the rest of my videos and social medias down below. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys next time. Jacob Tremblay, Dean Norris, and Sarah Silverman among